you get a lot of information on like the pitch decks for like Airbnb, or
I don't know, a question I always seem to randomly ask myself is like, do you even know what you're doing? It's like every single day it's like I'm facing with new things as I'm slowly dislocating myself from the code and the actual technicality of it, and essentially looking at expanding and growing and networking, thinking about the product within the next quarters, what features we want to add, bugs, is essentially just being that umbrella and ensuring that everything is up and running, training up my engineers, thinking about the teams we're going to need to put in, new contracts coming in. It's all these things, and as the day goes and as the hours go, it's like I don't know what I'm doing. And I think with something like this, it's like people say, oh yeah, like you're building a dream. I don't know if this is my dream, but I do know that I enjoy tech and I enjoy creating, and it's something that I've always done and I want to continue doing. I love sharing my knowledge. I love sharing like the ideas that I have, because when I was a kid and I was like getting into this, it's like I didn't see a lot of people on YouTube kind of look like me, or like straight up. I don't know, back in the day I used to think like somebody computer science, glasses, really goofy, really nerdy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like stays in their room trapped, and I was never that kid. I've always mixed and dabbled in so many different things. But the one thing that's always stuck is tech and computer science. So it's like as I build and want to grow this idea, every single day I feel like an imposter within my own speciality. But it's tech. And it's like the more you're in tech, the more you will know and understand that you don't know and understand anything. Not all the time anyways. People maybe don't see computer science as art. When I talk about computer science in such a broad way, I'm talking about coding, creating solutions, whether that's cloud, bash, anything, cybersecurity, data analytics, AI, cloud application architects, web development, full stack development, whatever it is. It's like you have to be creative, and you can be creative. Yeah, there's systems, there's systems and processes, and there's ways and there's actual ways to, there is more than one way to create one thing. And I think that's why I like tech so much. And why am I making this video? It's just like I'm working through this SaaS platform, and it's like seeing it grow from a simple architectural diagram to what it is now. It's honestly nothing. It doesn't feel like it's anything. Like now I've started to do some market research, and I'm seeing what's in the market, how much they're selling their subscriptions for. We're in talks with lawyers for SaaS agreements, trademarks, you name it, like NDA, GDPR, privacy policies, just so many of these things that actually are in the background that I'm investing my money and my time in, and it's scary. I wouldn't say I've never invested in myself, but this is one of those things, kind of like just close your eyes and like just hope for the best. Obviously with mostly a lot of like logical thinking, decision making, but with these things you have to be quick, you have to be snappy, you have to take the risk. And like the reward will always be bigger than the loss in my opinion, because it's a lesson that I've learned, which I feel like this is kind of why I'm documenting this, and I kind of want to look back and see all the little things that I learned and I missed. But it's also the fact that I never got to see anybody like this. Not to say that I know what I'm doing or I'm super real or I have like a plethora of experience and skills. Like, no, like I'm just an ordinary girl, loves tech. I love talking to people. I love sharing like my ideas. Like I'm not trying to fake it. I'm not one of those founders. I don't even like calling myself a founder or a director or say that I own companies, because it just feels awkward and kind of just like in your face. But maybe that's just me, but it's irrelevant to like what I'm saying. My point is, it's like to become the thing or the person that you want to become, you have to act in that person and in that thing that you are becoming. And people say, fake it till you make it. But it's not really faking it if you are becoming it. So it's like becoming till you're making it. It's like you're learning to become a founder, you are learning to become a business owner, you're learning to become an architect or a coder or a software engineer, whatever. You know, it's up to you to act on these things and actually own it, and not just think like you're an imposter in it. I don't think anybody can be an imposter to something that they love and want to learn. I don't think anybody can be an imposter to something that they open their arms to. You're an imposter if you're trying to fake it. You're an imposter if you are acting as if you know and you don't know. Whereas you're not an imposter if you don't know and you're willing to learn. So yeah, that was just a random thought I thought I'd share with you guys. But literally, I might as well give you a small update. So for one of the contracts, the last 2 days, we were able to get our wireframes completely completed for that e-commerce website that we're creating. So we've got one engineer already focusing on that and started to work on the front end. The technology stack for that one is actually using React Vue.js, where we're using AWS Amplify to upload the front end, and then we're going to obviously use AWS Cognito for the authentications and AWS Amplify for the back end as well as the front end. And now I'm actually currently in the works of reviewing a wireframe that was given to us by one of our UI UX designers for the SaaS application we're making. There's a couple of things that are essentially ongoing for this SaaS app. One of them is market research that I'm currently underdoing because we need to work out our pricing as we are building up our SaaS agreement. Within the last 2 weeks, we've been in talks with our lawyers, essentially going back and forth and explaining all of the features and some of our current platform, and essentially we're going to go ahead. It's about 8 hours worth of work for the lawyer, but what I need to do is essentially just work out how I'm essentially going to do the subscription model. You know, it's weird. I find it very uncomfortable asking for money, even though it's like I've been a business owner. I've always found it super uncomfortable. And this is something that I don't want to feel uncomfortable with. One of the skills I actually really want to work on this year is my negotiation skills. I openly talk about salary. I don't have a problem with salary and transparency, but for some reason, whenever it is to ask for what I deserve for my hours, I have a very hard time doing it. Even though I do it as a freelancer, for years I would like underprice myself, but you know, there comes to a point where your experience kind of talks for itself and you need to compensate yourself for the amount of time that you spend on a project, especially for me, since I also work full-time and obviously do these things on the side. But anyways, as I diverge, the market research, UI UX wireframe for the SaaS application. So currently working on about 3 different dashboards. I'm just on the final round of getting in a data analytics or data engineering to do some Tableau reporting and dashboard for us. So that's really good. And we also have, what else? Oh, and we've all obviously finished our feedback round like last week. There is a new client that we have put forward a 6-figure contract, and we're actually just waiting for them to either approve or deny that or negotiate, but it's looking like it's hopefully going to be successful, so fingers crossed. And if not, we're obviously going to work with the customer to, you know, better fit their budget if that is not from their budget. But that is a project which I'm super excited to get going on because it would bring a lot of work for the business and kind of keep it running for a good amount of time. So yeah, this is a bit different, but straight to the dome, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.